Welcome back to Rimworld. I'm your host Candy on the Orkmo Whiskey channel, and I hope you guys had a good day. We're back at our colony that will soon become a mad religious cult that is already actually going mad, because, well, as you can see, they're not in the best of moods. And plus, since Lorax is down for the count, and he is literally our builder, sorry, one of our builders, Harrison's our other one. But, he's not as good as Lorax is, and he still's got the flu and sanity loss, but he should be in the clear. He's got 20% up on on the flu. He Lorax on the other hand has 30. What the hell? Damn. They're still mining away over here. This is probably gonna take some time. Help wanted. Yeah, no, 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 no. We need to focus on our little area here with making sure everything is nice and toasty, upgrading our food storage, our upgrading our place to eat. It all needs to be handled. Yes, we have some disconnected generator. That's because, well, Lorax has been down, and he's basically our builder. So is Harrison. But Lex, Tilly, and Trugio. Sorry. Now it's just Lorax, Tilly. Apparently he's putting. Get your ass up. Oh, you bastard. Uh, Trugio and Tilly are up doing whatever they can. Tilly's over here harvesting and planting, or he's just wandering. He's going for a walk apparently. Um, and then Trugio is over here picking away at some plasteel, which, by the way, is taking them forever. But his mining is 5 now. It used to be like 2 or 0. I can't tell. And back to work he goes. Look how fast he mines that granite now. It's not actually that fast. But compared to the plasteel, which 8,000 to 900, so much quicker. Solar flare. Oh, luckily we didn't want to use electricity at all, game. It's grumble grumble. Ah, I see. So in order to make this work, we are going to have to make sure that zone remove roof, yoink, and yoink. Make sure. I'm just going to do this whole area. Ah, and that might be an issue. Remember, if it is underground, if it's this dark green stuff, I believe. Basically, if the rock roof is actually like overhead mountain, there's a higher chance of insect spawning. So I'm hoping nothing in here is overhead mountain. If it is, it's like right here. Or something else. But I'm hoping that it's nothing that bad. As you see, Lorax is going and... Oh! Dear. Okay. Well, we got some of that to go now. Colin needs treatment. Harrison needs treatment for what? He's fine. Do not use... Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Just use one of our very precious medicines. I mean, we have wood. Hey, when you're done, do that. Mana Surge. Ah, all creatures that are magical are now more magical. That's perfect. Speaking of which, Tilly is a get upon Wayfarer class. Wayfarer has no class abilities, but can learn all classless standalone abilities using scrolls. Okay, so he could become a Might class, or we could just have him be a Wayfarer. Which I don't know at this point. We have two people. We have Lex, who could be a Wanderer, which is reverse Wayfarer. So she's magical, but can later learn uh, melee. Or we have Tilly, who's the melee, who can later learn magical. Arcane Bandits. If you succeed, we will be in your debt, and we will give you the artifacts. They have mana potions, unrefined magicite, a serum. No, we can't do any of this yet because again, we don't have our place completely secured. What are you? Stop moving. Mega, Mega Lorceros, Mega Moose. I'm calling him Mega Moose. Oh, we got Pebble Mite. Oh, I forgot they were in this game. Not the Pebble Mites, the bigger versions, like the Boulder Mites or whatever the hell they're called. Them damn things are scary. Oh look, we have a Manticore. Let's hope that thing never finds its way down here, ever. I I would rather not, actually. Um, let's see. What we're going to do is I should really have started my timer like a smart child, but I'm pretty sure we've been here for 5 minutes, maybe. But I'm going to replace all of this with granite. And then I'm hoping to get a nice barrier like right here. Maybe just like straight across here, and then we can get rid of this entirely. Maybe. Maybe. Why aren't you guys working on this? We have the wood, don't you? I don't understand why they're working on this and not this. Like they're supposed to. What is the restrictions? Construction, yeah. Do I have to physically tell them to go construct something? I will be angry. Wait, what was that? Oh boy. No. You work on that, please. Please? Thank you. Okay. Now that you've actually started working on it, you can fuck off. But damn, jeez. Are any of you good? Did I set any of you guys to build? Tilly is a good builder. Are you also doing that? Work on that, please. Thank you. I don't know why they're like, no, we will not build this house. Okay, fine. Go do your thing. I mean, might be able to get him blink. How you doing? Do. Oh. So, how was your guys' day? I say that. Well, I literally say that because I want to know. Hope you guys had a great day, and I guess we'll do story time. So, if you guys haven't, if I haven't told you already, I'm doing research for where I'm schooled at, and so I'm doing polymer research. So I'm making some cellulose polymer, so basically paper. I'm making paper. That's basically what I'm doing. It's funny at the same time. It's not. Uh, but so one second. I'm blanking. So if you don't know how it works, I could do a little review, but just to make sure that no one gets bored, because science can be boring to some people, and I won't name names. But no one here, no one here. Um, basically, I have a slurry with the cellulose in it, and then I put it in a mold. I sink that mold in water. Water comes in, replaces a molecule of DMAC with a molecule of water. You then pull it out, you cut it out of the mold, and then you dehydrate, and there you go, you got your paper. I'm doing this with multiple different polymers. I'm just doing this with cellulose at the moment, but I'm going to be doing it with other synthetic ones too. So here's the story. So I had to use the dehydrator. And I said I claimed the dehydrator for a time. I went online. I said, "Hey, this is what I'm doing it. So please make sure that no one else is using it. Uh, I don't want to mess up anyone else's." And I go online again, making sure that hey, I marked it saying, "Hey, yeah, yep, this is what I did. I made sure that everybody knows that this is." I go in there, no one's using it, and I put in my polymer, and I set for 3 hours. You know, an hour and a half comes back, and I'm like, I'll go check on it. And I noticed that someone took out my polymer and reset the thing. And I look around, I'm like, who did it? And they're like, we don't know, we weren't paying attention, we were on our listening to music, etc. I'm like, okay, so it's not a big deal. I'm just dehydrating a polymer. It's not like it's gonna explode on me. But I was a little pissed, so I don't know when they took it out. But so I just started from 300 again and started over. I come back 30 minutes later. It's out, and someone took it out again. And I'm like, okay, this is getting infuriating. So I was like, okay, did someone see them now? Because, I'm getting a little pissed off. And so I'm like, fine. I grabbed all my stuff and I threw my polymer back in there. And I leave to go get my stuff so I can watch it. And I come back, and one of the people that told me they don't know, was taking the polymer out. And I look at her, I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm taking this out. It's not supposed to be in here." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's not supposed to be in there?" They're like, "This is for hydrogels only." And I'm like, "No, it's not," because I asked the mentor to be like, "Hey, can I use it?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, as long as there's nothing in there." And oh, game, game. Okay. And and she's like, "Well," I'm like, "So what you're saying is when every time I asked if someone have seen this, the other people were either lying or covering for you, or you were just being, an asshole." And she's like, "No, this is not. This is only for hydrogels." And I looked at her. I'm like, "Do you know what polymers are? Sorry, do you know what hydrogels are?" And she's like, "Yeah, they're hydrogels." Now, if you guys don't know, in science, it's if you're going to be a chemist, it's common knowledge that a hydrogel is a polymer. It's a type of polymer based around, water and hydrogen. So I inform this person of this, probably not in the nicest way, and she's getting up and at him, and I looked at her. I'm like, "This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put my polymer back in there. If I come back and it's out before the cycle's done, we're gonna have issues, and I'm going to talk to your mentor, the person that." Now, I will say this: this person has only been researching for a year, so she might have not known such things. But even after informing her of this as her senior, and her still not giving a rat's ass, I told her this, and she's like, "Okay, she's like, fine." Well, what do you know? I come back an hour later and it's out of it. So I'm like, I looked at her and she had this smirk on her face, like she just won the battle or something. I go over there, talk to the mentor, and I tell him exactly what happens. He comes in and he's like, he's like, says her name and says, "Come here." She comes out and I'm sitting there and she's like, "You actually talked to the mentor?" I'm like, "Yes, because I'm trying to do my research project and you're inhibiting me to do so." So he made us sit down and deal with it. And I told him exactly what happened. I informed her nicely, well, not too nicely, but I informed her that this is my work and I need to use the dehydrator, and that a hydrogel and a polymer are basically the same thing. And she made up some bullshit story on how she didn't know I was there because of blah blah, and she's like, "Oh, this isn't supposed to be in there," and I even left a note, and she said she didn't see a note. It was just a whole fiasco that could have been averted if she just listened to me in the first place. Now, I have to give her props for some things. Is that yes? Normally, it's good to know that. Should I put a three door here? No, no, no. Normally, it is a good practice to have for people to make sure that the people that are putting stuff in and using stuff is the correct people. So I applaud her on that. I do. But everything else, when I told her, "Hey, I'm your senior," everyone agreed with me. Everyone in there knew me, and she still didn't give half a crap. You know, there's issues. So I talked to her. She didn't listen, so I finally brought the mentor involved, and let's just say we settled it. And before she got all flamed by her mentor too much, I kind of cut her some slack and kind of said, yeah, she's, at least she's doing it right and remembering to always check people to make sure they were, part of the group, just so I would be nice. Did she thank me? No, not at all. I saved her for a. She could have gotten a big lashing or a soft lashing. I saved her from the big one, and yet she didn't care. She's pissed at me because I was correct in the matter, and she wouldn't admit it, or she had an issue with me at some point. I don't even know her. Or she had an issue with people being in her space or something like that. But lesson lesson here is yes, it is good for you to always check if the people that are using machine or instruments uh, in the lab are people who are supposed to use the instruments and have the okay from from your mentor. That's fine. I applaud people who do that. It's a good conduct and everything like that. But if at some point they prove that they are part of the thing or part of a different research group that is allowed to use the resources and even got confirmation from the mentor and everyone around them, their seniors and peers agree with that person, that you should probably think, okay, they're supposed to be here. So I don't know how when this is gonna go or how this is gonna be later in my life. We'll see if she gets back at me. I know people that hold a grudge, and if she holds a grudge, that's fine. It's fine. I'm leaving in at the end of this semester anyway, so after that I'm done. She can hold a grudge all she wants. But just just keep that in mind. I always give people now. I always give people the benefit of the doubt, unless they're the biggest a-hole in the world. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I always do. And if I'm proven wrong, or if I do something wrong, and they say, hey, you know, I know we got off on the wrong foot, or this is what I was thinking at the time, and if I see that I was clearly in the wrong, or something like that, I will always accept that. You know, if I did something, okay, I accept it. I should have let you know. I should have gotten the proper, I should have gotten proper whatever. So I always give people that because there's some people who honestly don't know this or are new to this or haven't seen my face around even and that's normal. So, but this girl, this woman, however you want to call her, or whatever she identifies as, she definitely had an issue with me. And I might be overthinking it. I often do. But yeah. Oh no. That okay, good. That's just a rock roof. So I just I don't know what happened. Totally. All I know is I was just there to dehydrate something for 3 hours, which in science time, in doing experiments time, isn't actually long at all. It's actually pretty quick, which I'm surprised on why she would get so upset, I would have to say, for somebody trying to use a dehydrator for 30 minutes. Uh, but again, I do applaud her for the first reason. She didn't know who I was, so she took the thing out and just to make sure that I applaud her for that. But the moment when she didn't go and ask or confirm it with any of her peers or stuff like that, the second time, then there's an issue. And I don't know why there was an issue, and I guess hopefully I'll never know why, because honestly I don't really care at this point. I just want to get my research done, have a good end of my semester, and then be done with my life. Well, not done with my life. You know what I mean. Uh, be done with college. So what are we gonna do here? So again, it might have been this is just my point of view, etc. But as her senior, I believe, and as someone who has been confirmed as your senior, if someone who has been confirmed to be your senior says, "Hey, I'm using this," then don't mess with it. Like, pretty self-explanatory. Ooh, let's do. We can go machining. Yeah, let's go straight for microelectronics. Let's do this. That'll keep him busy for a while. We have no more steel. Ugh. We'll mine a little bit there. And actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna call it here. I know this might be a short video, and if so, I apologize. I am kind of on a tight schedule at the moment, so again, I apologize. I hope you guys had a great time listening to my stories. Maybe you learned something about chemistry. Maybe and if you guys have anything related to like my major, please ask. I love talking about chemistry, but I know some people don't like it, so please leave a feedback about that. I'll try to stay away from the chemistry topics if a lot of people don't want to hear it because it's boring. But I hope you guys had a good time. If you do, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I love hearing from you guys, and it always brings a tear to my eye and happiness, and also gives me a motivation to make more of these videos if I do see those likes and comments. I'm always going to make these videos because it keeps me busy, and if I don't, I then just pass out. But it really gives me that oomph, that kind of like that push forward to make more of these. At that note, I hope you guys had a good time, and I'll see you guys next time.